Hi, what's up, what's up? I'm Renz Davis, and this is a new video for martial arts versus monsters. So, in this episode, I'm going to be doing martial arts versus zombies. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I feel like I'm just going to make this a very simple breakdown and just put it into two categories, maybe a third one as a bonus, of zombies. There are the dead and the infected. What are some good separating factors between these two? Let me tell you. Zombies that are dead, that are decomposing and have been reinvigorated to life, or, reanimated. Don't want to get copyright struck from that one, reanimator. Are zombies that are dead, do not have a pulse, are still decomposing, but have a motivation to move. They eat humans, and they are quite infectious. Versus the infected, which, I'm just going to go on a limb and say that 28 Days Later is the best example of the infected. They look like zombies, they sound like zombies, but they do not move like zombies. They are runners, gunners, and guess what? They are incredibly contagious, quite infectious, and if they spew on you, you're done. If they scratch you and bite you, you're done. Cool, so now that we got that part out of the way, here are some little ideas. Weapons, do you use melee or do you use an edge weapon? I personally think that neither are a good choice. I mean, if you use a melee weapon like a baseball bat, you're going to increase splat velocity of anything that you hit. It'll splat right there at you. You never know. It would probably work much better on a decomposing zombie, as coagulation has set in a little bit more efficiently than the juicy and gross infections, like runners, things from 28 Days Later. Now, edge weapons, I'm not too fond of it because it has a similar outcome, but more importantly, if you hit something with a machete, a knife, or anything, it can get stuck. And that just makes it much more difficult for you to have to pull it back in and try and get the attack back on the offensive. So, what's the best weapon in my opinion? If you do not have guns as an option, which, let's face facts, just draws attention, my recommendation for this one would be a spear, a staff, or even a pitchfork. Something that you can create distance with and jab them away. So, martial arts. No weapons. What is the best martial arts style against a zombie? Is it striking or grappling? It kind of depends. For dead zombies, in my opinion, they're going to be outreaching, trying to get at you. So I would recommend, if you're taking on zombies that are dead, Aikido.
What? Renz? You're recommending Aikido? What have you done, Renz?
Yes, Aikido. Now, my rationale for this is it's a very quick martial art that's designated for, I guess you say, fixed training or mannequin training, where they have a very preset motion of where they're coming at you. Arms are outreached or they're coming at you just like, trying to hug you. It's a much easier method to which you can quickly disarm them by going for wrist and joint locks. Put them down on the ground and run away. Now, that's not saying you can't use striking. There are certain things in kickboxing and karate that I really like. But let's be honest, you don't need much. You just need that good old-fashioned Sparta front kick. Just quick boof down the center, knock them right down. I wouldn't recommend punching. Punching, bad idea. Do not punch anything because we all know that heads are a big target for when you're going that 1, 2, 3. And the less exposure you can get to having something bite your hand, the better. Now for grappling, nah. General rule of thumb, you do not want to try and hug, grapple, take down, double leg takedown a zombie. Bad idea. So overall strategy and tactics. Do you want to hit and run, or do you want to stand your ground and bang? I personally believe it's a tactic of both. You got to secure yourself a position that is safe for you, that is not going to be easily compromised. What are some good places? Well, What's that place from, that movie, Shaun of the Dead? Yeah, that place. And then there's also other places like, maybe crypts or perhaps maybe libraries. Good places to stand your ground. Just like places that can be locked up securely. What are some bad places? Supermarkets, malls. What are some other movies that had low percent chances of survival after they discovered
they're coming to get you, Barbara?
oh no, they're all coming for us. And then there's the popular tactic of hit and run tactics. Now, honestly, this is a hit or miss kind of thing, pun intended. But the main thing you have to consider with this is if you are dealing with zombies, infected or otherwise, you gotta understand that they're hordes. It's not just one and done. There's a bunch of them, like a mass amount. I mean, name me one zombie movie where you see just one and it's like, oh no, we took care of the one. Okay, movie's over. It's usually like hundreds and thousands. So usually standing your ground is very good if you have a very secure location and you know that you can last there for a long enough time to get help. Hit and run, I mean, if you're able to run fast enough, I suppose it couldn't hurt. Which brings us to the last part. I said 3, didn't I? We already took care of dead. We already took care of infectious. Now we're taking care of thriller zombies. Now, honestly, the only weapon I can imagine being very effective against the thrillers is a tambourine, a cowbell, maybe some bongos, keyboard, I don't know. Music is a weapon, just saying. But for martial arts, that works really well against the thriller zombies. Gotta go, capoeira, hey! Thank you for watching, travel safely, and have a wonderful evening.
Before I go, just a farewell. Later, taters.